What up, my freaks? RuinusInsight here with part 18 of my Total War Warhammer 3 Sea Lord Aislinn Immortal Empires campaign. So as we saw last time, we have begun our war against the Dark Elves in the Lustrian Theater, taking out Rakarth with Armandus' army, and are now moving on to grab the second of the two ancient elven colonies that he had been holding on to. I don't imagine Rakarth is going to have a particularly good time, as with the loss of his main stack, he probably only has one major stack remaining down here, so we should be able to sort of move through his territories rather quickly. Should be pretty fun, especially assaulting the tier 5 of the settlement of the Great Turtle Isle. Otherwise, we are on the hunt to destroy Belakor. We have taken Conquata as a colony, and we have Avalorn sitting in the Citadel of Lead and Isle of Wight, so I'm pretty happy with that. And what's going on in the north as we continue prosecuting the war against the Hag Grief Dark Elves. Looking to wipe all the Dark Elves off the map, and considering what we've done to Nagaron, pretty successfully so far. Anyway, in terms of what we gotta do this turn, let's see if anybody still has to move. Saji, you and Xarian the Fierce are advancing towards the Fortress of the Damned, which kind of has some garbage garrison. Are you able to take it? You are. Alright, so go here. Ooh, sack value is 1.17k. That's pretty good. Who has the higher sack value? Actually, Xarian has a very slightly higher sack value. Alright, go here. Maybe we move Saji towards the Palace of Princes, or maybe we don't. Alright, two things I want to see. You, close victory, eh? Does that matter to us? Probably not all that much, but you know what? Let's see Chexby.
Defender of the Phoenix Throne.
With both of them. Going to encamp stance right here. It is all chaos waste here, and this will help the this army not suffer as much damage, and thus hopefully not lose any units to attrition. It still needs its heroes, but we'll get there eventually. Anyway, auto-resolve this for obvious reasons. And yeah, no damage of any significance. We will sack the place. Yes. And then you will still be able to take it? You will not. Alright, so we're going to have to use Saji to take it anyway. Alright, and then there's one thing I want to check. So, Saji, move in, and if we look at Establish Outpost, oh, we only have Vivaras available. I remember that you could see with the different factions what kind of territories they like to occupy, but I no longer remember how to check that. It was at the very, very start of the campaign, or maybe you can only do that when you... Okay, yeah, for a second I thought you could give it to the Knights of Kaldor, but anyway, I guess we give it to Ivra since we have no choice anyway, so Establish Outpost, and I want to see what the climate here does. -3, okay, so they're not super happy about it, but it is what it is, they're just gonna have to deal. We've got Bard of the Thilmar Steed, we've got a Featherfoe Torque. Huh, actually, you know what, I think I know who wants that. Arathond, your noble derelict here. We do want air superiority here, so we'll give you the Featherfoe Torque, and if we get a Pigeon Plucker pendant, I think we had one in the early game, but I deleted it. They're kind of not nearly as good in vanilla as they are in SFO, so I wasn't super concerned about it. But anyway, are you able to go back into encamp? You are not. Damn these chaos wastes. Alrighty, and then oh, you can encamp. Well, good for you. Saji, I guess you're gonna have to suffer a turn of attrition.
Until next time.
And we'll head on over to the Palace of Princes with you, while Mantressa will... You know what, you can suffer one turn of attrition. And just gotta be careful in case there's a full stack out here, because you don't have a full stack, but frankly, you've already defeated a lot more than a single stack, so I'm pretty confident in your capabilities. Anyway, who else still needs to move? We've got Enna, who is about to be transferred back to these guys, but I guess it doesn't matter over much. Can't get you anywhere anyway. So yeah, I think we'll just let you go. Arathond has already moved. Imric is going to be recruiting next turn, so we can't move him as yet. Although, we could get him some more Dragon Princes temporarily. I mean, remember, Dragon Princes aren't as ridiculous in vanilla as they are in SFO, including when buffed by Imric, so we could get a couple more in here if we really wanted to. On the other hand, we're going to be here and recruiting dragons for a bit, so we can just wait a little bit. Alright, building still has to be done. That hasn't changed. Iron Foothills, we will upgrade Nagaron. It'll take 3 turns to upgrade it, eh? Okay, well, I guess then we can upgrade Clark Harond as well. It's also going to take 3 turns. And just the way I figure it is, you builder will probably not be able to get down there in time anyway. And you have 2 turns until you're ready, so we basically have to be down here. I guess we could move to Grand, which will be upgradable next turn. So you go here, and then head to Grand next turn.
Over there.
Oh, wait, is it local region? It's not local province? It's local province, but I guess we have to actually be within Grand itself, which I'm not super happy about. Alright, fine. It's not going to be much of a reduction, but it's better than nothing. Anyway, Albion, you are waiting for your noble consulate, so we are ignoring you. We've got this place to continue upgrading. Like so. Easy enough. And the Shardlands. Okay, we got plenty of stuff to be doing here as well. Let's do it then. Like so. Defenses and these Diplomat Sanctums, and I think that's it. Alright, let's end the turn. Skip unassigned skill points, outposts, garrisons, heroes, and everything else. And I did do the sort of hero milling between the episodes. Well, hero milling and recruiting and all that, so we're good in that regard. Or, okay, we were good in that regard for that turn. Of course, they will, having gotten milled, be...
Do you have any other practices
we'll be having some new ones. Okay, Mazda Mundi. Okay, I'm very interested in these guys of war, so no, we're not piecing out with you. I want to see how you fare against the Kislevites. Frankly, please, just destroy them all. Honestly, I would love to... Huh. Well, then we'd have to redeclare war, wouldn't we? I'm just wondering whether it would benefit us to peace out with Mazda Mundi. Maybe he'll peace out with Eotain and some of the other elves, and then... Yeah. We shall see. Happy populace for all provinces? Yes. Alright, faction destroyed. Heralds of the Tempest. Huh, I wonder who killed Kolak up there. Whether it's another Chaos faction or not. Rite of the Awakening performed while... Ally outpost lost in Langui.
Darkness comes.
Was that Talzin's outpost again? Oh no, these guys might lose Kurun now. Oh. Not that we care that much about it. Okay, these guys keep losing their stupid outpost. Talzin, why are you so awful? Yeah, it was your outpost, but at least Arguelon's outpost is up, so that's fine. Where is the safest potential outpost? Honestly, none of these are safe. Aquitaine is right beside it, so if he attacks it, it'll fall. I guess we could try Mousillon. I don't know, man. And just keep building, and one of these days one will survive. Maybe. Anyway, 2 other things I would like to do. First of all, Imric. If we can select Arguelon now, are we able to build Forest Dragons with you? Yes. 2 Forest Dragons for Imric to go with his Star Dragons. And speaking of Star Dragons, we still don't have the global recruitment as yet, at least not to the degree that we like, but we will soon. This is fine, as it currently is, and you can keep getting your growth upgrades up and running, and yeah, we might as well get those upgrades up and running as well. We can hold off on the lookout mass as we'll want the stockpile hold instead. Technologies. We could get rid of the sailor, although at the end of the day, what we really need to do is get all of these technology, because they're based off of buildings. And frankly, now that I think about it, these technologies are based off of buildings as well. You know what? Yeah, let's get skirmishing saddles, and then just the Creator's Gift and Dragon's Bond, basically all the first level ones, so that we can't sort of lose access to them again, you know? That would be nice. Anyway, let's start with Armandus again. You, sir, will go towards the Dust Gate, and Zubaran, you can steal tech from the Copper Landing, and then Tech Thief, I guess you can keep moving. Hopefully Bordello Aaron doesn't come down here to grab the Golden Colossus. Alright, you've succeeded. Hey. I would like these territories to belong to Teclis, buddy. I'm not so sure. I mean, I guess we could let them keep the desert if we really wanted to.
It is forbidden.
But I don't, well, the likelihood of them actually taking the Great Turtle Isle is negligible, but at the same time, we don't want these guys to survive. You really, I feel like you're gonna bite off more than you can chew soon, bud. But anyway, Armandus, I forgot about you for a moment there. Go to Dust Gate and sack it, I guess? Sack it and transfer it. Otto.
I will leave the Asur.
Sack.
Leave nothing of her.
And transfer in a second.
For the Ever Queen.
Like so, establish outpost and... Oh, there it is. Preferred climate. Alright, so... Yeah, nobody is going to... just as preferred climate. I wanted to see if anybody could deal with the Chaos Waste situation, but frankly nobody can anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Anyway, Order of Lore Masters, and establish outpost, please. And then keep on going in channeling stance towards the Copper Landing, like so. Salandor the Patient, you are going to quickly grab this island. Fell Cargo, I think, might be a fight, so we'll do this. You can't reach the Golden Colossus from here, can you? Actually, you can. You can intercept the territory. Alright, fine. Don't sack it because you won't have enough movement range. Just occupy it. And this is the better thing to do. Alright, auto-resolve. And, oh, right. Lion's Standard is going to go to the Pure Main Company, like so. And we will go for immediate establishing outpost to the Order of Lore Masters. Lovely. And can you channel now? You can head back out to sea if you want to. Which wouldn't be the worst idea in the world. Try to get to the Great Turtle. Well, on the other hand, we probably want to beat these guys to the Sentinels. Alright, fine. And go into March stance instead then, and try to go towards them before these guys do. It's a race. The race is on, etc. Eladan. Who is Eladan? Mage of Beasts. Oh, yes. The conductor of beasts here. But do we want you on the chariot? I mean, you could travel with the lion chariots, I guess, though I feel like the Bard of the Thilmar steed seems like the safer thing. Your melee attack and defense stats are higher, and while you lose the armor, we probably wouldn't want a mage to get into direct combat anyway. Outside of the chariot army, where the mage will be on a chariot, obviously. Man, these guys recover their armies quickly, don't they? Chaos, in general. Anyway, let's move the heroes while we're here. Influencer, be influencing, tech thief, be tech thief, and wait. Which one of these tech thieves? You have 19, and you have 2. Okay, so yeah, definitely you. Steel tech. And you keep moving. I assume we have a few more of these out here somewhere. We have an influencer move to Blood Mountain. Tech Thief, you can go to Palace of Princes, and we'll double check for others as soon as these guys have moved. Poor Malice is having a bad time. I did really like these sort of what happened with him sending that massive invasion fleet to us. I gotta say it was pretty neat. And hey, Belakor! Oh, you moved this way, ain't you a fool? But anyway, Lorna can go out here or up here, and then Yolanda, you go down here to join these guys. I would like possibly another dynamo if we can get him. Crushing. Oh, crushing is also nice. Charge bonus and weapon strength. Now, weapon strength on the Dragon Prince is 44%. Dynamo gives him speed. What's the... Well, let me just see here. What the noble type did I get for you? We got the frugal... Oh, right, we do want the frugal one in here because these guys will run out of ammunition. Well, these guys definitely will run out of ammunition. So, yeah. Although there's no guarantee that we get another one. You know what? Let's not get this guy on field for now. Let's put you in this army. Let's put you in this army as well. And then we'll see. We may not bother to mill it for too long. Anyway, Yolanda, you can move down here. Oh, we should check for... Okay, we'll do the hero checks later. And we'll also have to figure out what kind of mage we want for Emmerich, but in a little bit anyway. I think we will fight Belakor. His army is kind of meh, but at the same time, it is Belakor, and I would like... Well, actually, never mind. That's not looking too bad now that I look at it. I assumed his army would be kind of meh, but he's got Rot Knights, he's got lots of Trolls, some couple of units of Aspiring Champions. Belakor himself's at level 32, and perhaps worthy of a little fight between him and Aislinn. Do we want to give the Scarecrow banner to Aislinn, maybe? I don't know, it doesn't really matter. It's -8 leadership. Frankly, if I had a better banner, I'd give it to him, but for now, let's go.
Guards of the Sea Patrol, it is your duty to vanquish the enemy.
Alrighty, here we go. The dragon unfortunately misses Belakor, even though Belakor was heading directly for it in a straight line. Man, the Dragonets do have a bad tendency to miss single targets, don't they? But oh well, it's really not a big deal because Belakor, stats-wise, is pretty solid, but nowhere near solid enough, not even close, to face off against Aislinn, and that without Aislinn having magical damage. I still can't believe we haven't found a Lichbone Pennant yet. It's it feels like it's been a long time. Though there's actually a surprising or unsurprising, I'm not sure, but there's a distinct lack of items with the High Elves. I've noticed that some factions have a tendency to get items a lot more than others, and in this run we really have not had a lot. Maybe I've been spoiled by other campaigns having just millions of items, but yeah. Anyway, Belakor down to maybe one hit and will topple from the skies just like Valkia before him. I mean, it's not really like Aislinn bound to be losing too many duels. The enemy is still heading towards us, of course, getting pin-cushioned by our Lothern Sea Guard and stopped in their tracks by the melee units especially. Look at this, 107 melee attack now and 66 melee defense on the Company of the Calendarian. Pretty darn solid ships companies. And 86 and 66 on the regular ones. They even debuffed their... Okay, the Warp Flames debuffing their armor a little bit, but otherwise looking pretty solid. And they're not even maxed out as yet. Pretty darn good. And in an army with the honed ability, these guys, the ship's company, will get even stronger. So we'll see what they look like in the army of the Vengeful, the Sword Army. Anyway, the battle is just about ours at about 90% balance of power in our favor. The enemy is still attempting to push on through the left flank, but is suffering hits from the Asur fires and the bolt thrower drops. And it looks like that pretty much destroyed both of the units of Marauder Horsemen of Nurgle, which is great as they've been chucking those annoying axes at Aislinn and poisoning him. Too bad he doesn't have that immunity to contact effects, but he does not need it with that. Belakor's army will shatter, and the battle is ours. We did admittedly have a fairly big sort of terrain advantage here. We got a nice big old, I don't know, little mini Stonehenge here, which we have protecting our Lothern Sea Guard. And the enemy couldn't really do anything, especially considering we Vanguard deployed on this side of the map, so the majority of the enemy army would have attacked from here, which is why they attempted to push on through the left flank and between the protective impassable terrain and the fact that we had a few units there, we were looking pretty good. Anyway, sorry Belakor, I don't believe we'll be seeing you or your aspiring champions again. Alrighty, there we go. Neither Belakor nor his army proved to be any problem. Foolishly, of course, he was in march stance / full speed stance, and that was always going to be a major issue for him. I guess we will take the money. We should full heal where we are, and with that, I believe the Shadow Legion is destroyed, and we got the Bell of the Ball defeat trait. Weapon strength +5 for Lord's army, wins of magic, and casualty or punishment trait. A very nice defeat trait, and submission successfuls, which is quite valuable as well. Now, first of all, Aislinn, I would like to see if there's any new... Ah, yes, a honed handmaiden. Now, where was I going to send you? That's another question. Oh, I wanted a honed one with the Shadow Warriors up north. Alright, so we will get you on field here, and we're going to send you northward to join Mantressa. Might even want 2 handmaidens with honed, I don't know. On the other hand, we're at 16 out of 20 already, and we will want some Frostheart Phoenixes. Frankly, I might just use them instead of the Frostrums, especially if we end up attacking the Kislevites. It's a distinct possibility after all. Anyway, you Saji and you Xarian are... Okay, so Xarian, you can't reach the place. Alright, so you go here. So we should we should continue moving the heroes around. Haven't moved all of them, and I have to try to figure out which ones we still have to move. You secure influence here. Huh, I wonder if the last defenders are going to try something here. Actually, speaking of, we might want to use some of our influence in a little bit. Let me just see about that in a bit. Builder, okay, Builder, I'll move you in a second when we actually build stuff. You, Tech Thief, go here to Hidden Landing. And there you go. And did not one of our Tech Thieves just reach rank 10? Okay, no, you're an Influencer rank 10, you. You need Focused Mind for the additional hero success chance and buffing up that Steel Tech and get your wound in case somebody decides to attack you. Alright. That looks good to me. Then we got the building, so Builder, I would like you to briefly proceed to Grand. Build this up, like so. cheaper. And this way it only takes 1 turn. Oh, right, because you reduce the time it takes to build stuff. This place will only take 1 turn, though, and you won't be able to reach it in 1... actually, will you? You might actually be able to reach it in 1 turn, because Hag Reef starts here. Oh, actually, then stay at Grand, then. We're not going to go to all the way to Harganeth, but yeah, this works for me. You will also build up the defenses, rebuild up, I should say, the defenses, considering you lost Ashrak like a bunch of useless idiots. Yes, I take it personally. We also want to double check. Okay, wait. We also want to double check the Lore Masters, not Disciple or Blade Lord that we want. I want the one that buffs Phoenixes. We have Incendiary, Mist Mages, that's fine. Keep the Crushing... Yeah, keep the Crushing Noble for now, and I do like that, but... Alrighty, while we're doing building, let's do all the building then. Zlatlan, we deleted 1 building. We're going to replace it with the Asur Martial Field because we have to use it to unlock a bit of technology, just so that we can complete it. Then we can delete it again. I just jumped the gun doing that the first time, and it was absolutely my fault there. Asur's Spire here at Conquata. Let's build up the Phoenix King's Treasury, and we always want these things, Noble Consulate, even if it isn't a coastal settlement. Yeah. I mean, it's all the control and growth that the colony needs in a nice little package. We also no longer need the blockaded tunnels because we no longer have any corruption here. Beautiful. Alrighty, what about the little territories here, the outposts? Build it up, defend it. Charred lands, same sort of situation. And you, and Copper Desert will be the last. Oh, one of the new ones too. So we gotta build everything. Always have to do all the work for you other elves. Alrighty, there we go. That looks good to me. So, let's start moving. Arathond, you are going to... What do we have at Dagrax and defenses-wise? Will these guys fight us, I wonder? Let's see what it says. Pyrrhic victory, eh? They might sally out. They have a lot of chosen and stuff, and they might not. I do wonder. Anyway, Noble, you're going to carry the air superiority thing. War Banner... Oh, you know what? Let's do this. War Banner, War Banner, War Banner. There we go. All the Silverin Guard have banners now. Would have been nicer to have the Razor standards, but all good. This is not their last territory, and ooh, hello, we've got some of the other elves attempting to move up here. Isn't that cute? And Alistar's moving towards the Glacial Gardens. That's fine, as long as it's Eataine, because they'll at least be holding the same pile of territories. We can't request this army. We could just directly attack this. I'm gonna think about it. We might just attack it and go over the walls. It's not like the walls are any kind of obstacle to Arathon's army. Anyway, you are going to take the Palace of Princes and immediately transfer it once again to Yvresse. Hopefully they don't just lose it all to corruption, because it's a possibility. Yvresse does like frozen climates though, and okay, so does Eataine. So does Avalorn likes frozen climate. Okay, fair enough. So basically they all like frozen climates except Teclis, who likes deserts and jungles, which the other ones largely don't. And we got Badlands on Imrik, and we got Badlands on Yvresse, but no need for either one. In this particular situation, anyway, Yvresse established outpost. We got a fair few more viewers to make, and another turn or we'll have to suffer attrition. Darn. Well, what can you do? Defenses and Diplomat Sanctum. Alright, who is next? Let's see if we can't find another fight. Artheus the Vengeful. Do we have rats present in the Fuming Serpent? Well, let's find out. No, we do not. We will establish an outpost for, I guess, Order of Lore Masters here. Nobody else is going to sail down here, so yeah. I was expecting that, but alright, I guess next turn we're moving to the Star Tower. I do know that these guys do have a lot of armies here, which is kind of interesting. I wonder if they'd immediately attack us. Well, go and Dragon Ship Expansion. We could start going through the stockpile here. / ordnance cache. Yeah, why not? And then the other thing I wanted to do... Wait, let me just see here. Recruit, not Lord. Go to Global Recruitment, or Allied Recruitment, rather. Take a look at Heralds of Ariel. We can build one Blade Singer here. Arguelon, we don't have enough with, and Tolson died. Okay, yeah, we'll wait until we have the ability to build 2 Blade Singers. These guys' things just got more expensive. Interesting. I wonder if they pieced out with somebody. How are these guys doing, by the way? Alright, so Mazda and Co still have armies there. Ooh, I do notice Eltharion is moving to Skeggy. I'd actually prefer that he pieced out with them, huh? They don't like each other that much. But I don't feel like it's worth using our influence on this because, frankly, Mazda is also at war with Etain, not just Eltharion. Alright, either way, we're going to use a little bit of influence for two things. First of all, between us and Bordelow Errant before we attack them, because we'll want to peace out with them pretty much immediately. I don't really want to get into a tiff over Lustria, which we don't really care about those jungles. So Bordelow Errant and High Elf Sea Patrol will improve relations 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That should counteract the war. Then I would like to fix the relationship between these two. Oh, wait, what? Oh, they're friendly now. I guess it doesn't need to be fixed. Wait. Are you still friendly with these guys? More or less. You know what you really need? You need to be able to pass through their territory. And then who are you fighting? You're fighting nobody. Oh. Huh. Maybe we should have you declare war upon the... maybe declare war upon these guys, so the Ironclaw Orcs. I don't think I want to use influence for that, though. I wonder if they'd just be willing to. 'Cause they're already here, they may as well move northward. There was also Clan Moors beside them, I assume. This is all scavened up, but they're both good options. As long as they don't go after Gronti Mingle here, which would be unfortunate. Okay, you know what? We're gonna sail this army up there, I think. We got 2 more turns for the Mereworms. Yeah. We gotta send these guys up there before it falls. Alright, so you know what? Let's do this. We will declare war, or ask to join the war from, I don't know, let's say Reichland, against the Ironclaw Orcs, like so, and give us your money. You know, do we actually want to weaken Reichland for this? No. We're fine. Then, now that we're at war with you, how likely are you to join the war against the Ironclaw Orcs? 6.4. Not super likely as yet, but then we will do a diplomatic relations reduction between... intrigue at court between the... Oh lord, I have to find the Ironclaw Orcs in here, and the last defenders, which are here. Decrease relations, 1, 2, 3. Alright, that's getting costly now. Alright, like so. And then hopefully that'll make it easy at maybe next turn to force them to fight each other. We probably could have waited on that. Anyway, 3 turns until we can consult leaders. Do we want to fix the relationship between the lizards and these guys? It's probably not going to help, is it? I think we can ignore it then. What the heck? What is this? What? Teclis appears to have an order to go here. Okay, I guess I'm just going to assume that's somebody's army, and we just can't see whose it is. Also, how many more turns? Are we ready? Yeah, next turn. Alright, so we'll maybe ask Itza to join this, although Itza's pretty much dead. They've got 1 settlement remaining by the looks of it, and I assume these guys are sitting in the Southern Sentinels. If we could have reached the Star Tower in one go, I would have gone for it now, but all good, we'll wait until next turn. Alright, who is next moving-wise? Aislinn. Oh, right, you. Where do we send you now? We could start sort of annoying Norscan. Oh, you know what we should probably do? We should probably wipe out these guys before they start taking more territory up here. Go here and briefly visit Langi. And then there is also the opportunity possibly to attack the clan Scry or Skaven. They're probably going to be annoying and take... Okay, let's also upgrade this High Elf colony here. Probably going to annoy us and take those outposts. You. Mantreza, you can reach the Silver Tower of Sorcerers, which I guess we're going to move to. And hopefully we can auto-resolve it without taking too much damage. What does it say? Pyrrhic Victory. Oh, I don't like that. Will you have enough movement range to go into an camp sense? I don't think you will. Well, you're kind of stuck here now. Okay, so we'll do this for 1 turn. We'll take the Horn of Isha. Actually... You know, put it on you for now. The thing is, we're going to give that to the Handmaiden once she sails up here, but it's going to be a bit. Alright, Rodeo the Brave is recruiting. Everybody else is recruiting. We've got... Who's Theron again? Oh, the guy that's waiting for Imric to be done with his thing. Yeah, that's fair enough. And I think we got one new little outpost that we can... Yeah, Volcanic Islands. Fuming Serpent. Let's go for the Trade Warden's Pavilion. Let's do the upgrades, and there we go. No siege equipment. Where? Oh, right, I forgot about this. Yeah, we could go over the walls and fight this. Why not? It's not like the walls are an obstacle. Like I said to Arathon's army, we gotta deal with this anyway. Arathon? Go.
For the Sea Guard! For Asur! For all Asur!
Alrighty, here we go. Our sky cutters flying over the lava surrounding the enemy's settlement and heading directly into this Chaos Fortress, where the enemy, I would imagine, stands little to no chance. They have basically no anti-air in this particular settlement, and thus they have no recourse. Nothing they can do whatsoever about the Lothern Skycutters. We technically probably don't even have to touch down on the ground below and can just pincushion the enemy as we please. The first target will be an Exalted Hero of Khorne, who we will target, or just regular Exalted Hero, whatever, who we will target with all of our Skycutters, and we'll bring it down shortly. Ooh, nice little weave from those bolts, allowing them to hit the blood letters instead of the Exalted Hero, but ultimately there's more bolts where that came from. There we go. The enemy does have a single unit of Furies to act as its air force, but the Eagles will tear it apart like nobody's business, especially with Arathon himself leading. Alright, and those Furies are already melting way down to maybe 10% of their HP. They will fall from the sky, and now it's all up to our Sea Guard. The enemy did have a Skull Cannon. I do mean did, because a couple more hits and this thing will explode. And there we go. Looks like we're okay. Now, time to switch the firing type of the units of Lothern Skycutters with bolt throwers into multi-shot, and gotta spread out that damage a little bit to all of those units milling around down there. But yeah, this is pretty ugly for the Khornates. Well, it's all about taking advantage of the Air Force like this. There we go. I'm just going to speed this up because I think this is a foregone conclusion. There's nothing the enemy can do, though. Let's see. The bounce power is at about 65% in our favor, but we're nearly out of ammunition on the bolt thrower variants. They will kill off a few more of the infantry milling around. Okay, if you could be a little bit more accurate and not waste shots by, shooting the ground, that would be swell. Admittedly, the Chosen do still have a lot of HP to work through. And the enemy Lord, a Blood Speaker, poor little level 1 Blood Speaker, also got pincushioned by the sort of non-bolt throwers, standard Skycutters. And they at least have at least a bit, I don't know, I said at least twice, they have a bit more ammunition remaining to make sure that they deal with whatever else. We do have one isolated unit of Marauders of Khorne out here, and the Eagles, led by Arathon, will obliterate them real quick. And maybe it's time to find another isolated unit to have a little fun with here. The Skycutters have just a little bit more work to do, especially the non-bolt thrower types, but there is a unit of Chaos Knights here. Let's see how the Eagles do against them. 64 melee defense, 43 melee attack, pretty solid. Now let's see if the Alpha Strike of the Alpha of the Eagles is enough to knock out more than a single one of them per hit. I do imagine these guys should have some splash damage on them. Oh, there's a unit of Gore Beast chariots in here as well. Unlike other chariots, Gore Beasts can fight in melee pretty darn well, so certainly not to be underestimated. Either way, the Eagles and Arathon have touched down, and yeah, it doesn't look like we knock out a single Chaos Knight with every hit here. So it's gonna take a little bit of effort. Alright, and we're gonna heal up one of our units with a Ladriel's Shroud. It looks like this one got surrounded by some of the Chaos Knights. Yeah, it's taken definitely a while to tear through them. I got so used to how strong Eagles are in SFO because they have 4 models instead of 1 in vanilla in a group or a flock, whatever. Is a group of Eagles a flock, or is it another word? I guess a flock is universal, and then there's like specific groups like murder and stuff like that for crows and whatnot. I don't know what it is for Eagles. What I do know is that the Eagles are winning. The units of Chaos Knights are pretty much done for, down to about 30% of their HP, and the Gorby's chariots are about half, though we haven't been focusing them all that hard as yet, as the Chaos Knights are still going to be a little bit more threatening. And that said, and both of them will most likely be booking it on out of here sooner rather than later, and while they are hitting back and damaging at least one Eagle unit, they're not doing a crazy amount. And generally, unlike the SFO version of this army, we want our Eagles to fight together with our Silverin Guard, rather than by themselves, because they're a lot more fragile in vanilla. And they don't quite mince infantry or cavalry or anything as fast, but for our purposes they still work, and we are looking to continue buffing them, obviously. This army is not done by any means, and the Eagles will only get stronger with time. Anyway, the Chaos Knights and the Gorby's chariots are out. Our ammunition, unfortunately, is pretty much out as well, but luckily for us, it doesn't matter over much. A couple more volleys into a few more of those poor units of Chaos Warriors, and the rest of them realize that there is nothing they can do, with the entire host shattering and the battle being ours. The one Eagle that got hurt will probably be healable, although honestly it's not even that hurt that it needs too much more in the way of heals. Alright, there we go. Completely unsurprisingly, no problem whatsoever. 22k at 22k sack value. Very, very nice. Another Razor Standard. Arathon keeps finding these. Income from sacking settlements increase. The Thilmar chariots for Derelak. I mean, I guess for now... Oh, no, you got the Eagle. There you go. There you go. You're where you should be, buddy. Then we can occupy the place or establish outpost for Aislinn, like so. And build it up immediately as well. 1, 2, and 3, and I believe that's it for this turn, unless I'm mistaken. Double check real quick, and no, we're good. Skip, 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 and what do we have right-wise? 6 turns, nothing, end turn. Alright, let's see if anybody will sally out. Well, let's see. I doubt they'll sally out of the Silver Tower of Sorcerers, but we'll see. Either way, I want to recover our movement range so we can immediately go into in-camp stance afterwards. Just because I don't trust the attrition. Gorok, what you want? You want us military access? Oh, wow. Yeah, he's still got 2 territories. He might recover to some degree. And hey, they will sally out. Really, it's going to... Okay, I'm going to manually fight this super quick because the game is going to be silly today, I see. Fair enough. I mean, what? Maybe it... What doesn't it like here? In what world game would anybody die here? The Dark Shards would kill the Illyrian Reavers. They just never bother getting in range of them. It's not like they... I don't know, man. Anyway, get you guys slightly closer to be in range. You guys to be in range as well. I'm not even sure we need to move the frost worms in. This does feel like too many frost worms. Alrighty. Regardless, we'll do that, and oh, you have Vanguard deployment as well, because I gave you something that allows for it. Alrighty, and you guys turn off skirmish mode, but also stay out of range of the enemy. Well, focus down the Dark Shards here. You guys move out this way, I guess, because you can actually be seen by the Dark Shards. Alright, and shields or not, those guys are not going to be around much longer. Alright, you guys can back off now. We do have a free Amber Spear if we wanted to use it. I may as well use it on the Dark Shards, spells on the Dark Shards. You. Illyrian Reavers. I'm going to speed this up in a second. Go after this unit of Dark Shards now. You will pop off a leadership reduction on them. You guys will focus this unit of Dark Shards down. We'll speed this up and then switch to the other unit of Dark Shards. Alright, until that unit dies, and then as soon as it does, you can... Oh, wow, you guys actually did get hurt. Oh, there's another one I didn't see. That's my bad. I thought there were only 2, but I miscounted and there were 3. Alright, fair enough, fair enough. Illyrian Reavers, turn on skirmish mode or keep skirmish mode on. You're all fine. Trickster's Pendant doesn't really help us. Use your Amber Spear on something. Like so, and like so. Alright, Frostworms, you wanna play now? Go play. 1, 2, 3, and 4. You can back off. You can even go into stalking if you wanted to, but it's not really needed. Actually, what I would like you to do is chase down these units, because if they escape, then we won't be able to immediately occupy the place. Go, go, go. Alright, a little bit of work from the frost worms, and we chase everybody down, make sure we hit them with a couple more... Oh wow, this frost worm did take... Well, that's still not that much damage to be fair. Alrighty, and then this unit needs to be chased down. This one is done for... Well, I think this one is done for. Alright, you, Lyrian Weavers, turn off skirmish mode. We just need to make sure everybody dies. In fact, let's back off the frost worms now so that the units of Shadow Warriors don't kill them off for us. With those range attacks of theirs. You, all of you frost worms, go after this. You guys go after this as well. You go forward and make sure that this dies, and then you need to close the distance and make sure that that dies. Which I'm pretty sure it will. Alright, speed it back up to max, and Shadow Warriors should be good here. Just making sure. There we go, that unit is done for, this unit is done for, and I believe we're good now. Yes, alright, end battle. Yeah, I don't know why the Auto Resolve doesn't like this army. I fear that that's always going to be the case, but maybe with the Phoenixes it will not be as much. Otherwise, we might have to introduce a few range or melee units, although maybe if we put enough maybe if we put enough buffs for the units of Shadow Warriors, it won't matter. We will establish outpost once again for Ivras. Establish outpost, then we'll suffer a turn of attrition, but it won't be so bad. Because we didn't take all that much damage. Carl, no. Anybody else gonna be attacking us here? I don't think that there's the Malice army in range. I saw a full stack running around back there, but it wasn't doing anything. No military access for you. Ooh, you've taken out Itza's... Wait, was that their last territory? Or their second last? New regional power, Hoarder of Lore Masters. Research complete. In fact, let's pick a new one immediately and grab ourselves the Creator's Gift. And then Dragon's Bond. Alright, good. Then, okay, so we don't have to deal with you. Let's do the builder guy first, because I don't want to accidentally forget about you. Alright, so let's build these up. Let us also build you up while we're here. Alright, that's what we do. We build up. Anyway, what do we want building-wise? We could go for another one of these Luminous Atriums, though they're actually not that great until... Oh, you know what? We want the Noble Consulate, but we need to be... Yeah, we need to wait. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Wait. Nagaron does not need to build, but Haggrief does. So go through Nagaron into Haggrief. We'll need to build, wait for the growth to get the Noble Consulate up and running. There we go. Here, though, we can go for the port. We can go for the Dragon Ship Berth. We can go for... do we want any military structures? We want one of these Sunlit Pavilions, even at the cost of trade, because it's a fair bit of income. And I think we shouldn't need defenses here at all. Like, the garrisons aren't great, but at the same time, who's going to attack us? Maybe a rogue army in theory, but otherwise. I feel like the Royal Chartered Fleet is not needed. We could do another Mistwalker Lodge for the Dragon Ship supplies, but I'm actually not sure that these are needed here either. You know, maybe build the Asur Martial Field here, because that way... we won't need it at Zlatland. We'll still complete the one at Zlatland because it'll be... Well, actually, we only save one turn, won't we? Unless the other one takes more than one turn to build, which is also a possibility. That I'm not sure about. Yeah, nonetheless. We have other stuff that we can build at Zlatland, and we also have the Skymane Forge here, so... yeah. We can build the Celestial Forum here instead. Without the use of the Asur Martial Field. I like that better. Alrighty, anyway, Armandus, it's you again. So you are going to go to the Copper Landing. Zubaran... actually, wait. We could immediately attack this little army. It is in range, isn't it? And we were going to now declare war on these guys, just temporarily, but they should hopefully peace out immediately. How's our relationship with them? We could bump it up even further if we like. Alright, well, either way, we'll take the Star Tower with Artheus. And we will join the war by asking Itza, who's down to 1 territory. So we'll join your war against Bordelot Errand. Sorry, Bordelot. And we will take your money, Itza. Frankly, I think you're dead, and I'm not going to bother waiting for you to recover. So yes, we'll join the war like this. There we go. And then... we will take the Star Tower. Like so. And it's a pile of peasants. Okay, this is not worth fighting. We'll auto-resolve this, and I'm just going to hope that this doesn't horrifically cripple this army. And screw me on this game. That's not bad. Alrighty, then we will establish a colony here. Like so. Then, Moranian's Way Shard. Huh. I thought this was an SFO item, but apparently it's not. Vanguard deployment for archers and spear units. I actually didn't want one of these. Who is Amandil? You're in this army. You will not have that. You need to be on foot. Huh. Oh, did I select the wrong guy? Amandil? Yeah, no eagles for you, buddy. Everybody here is a swordsman, except the 2 dragons that are there. I'm almost tempted to get rid of the 2 dragons and just put a couple of blade singers in and just go all sword all the time, but frankly, I do fear that these guys might get in each other's way a little bit. I mean, yeah, we could use the rangers to flank, but they're actually not that quick, and if there's cavalry around, we might need the moon dragons to help intercept, so I think we'll keep them and rather replace 2 rangers with a couple of the wood elf units. You, actually, while I have you, buddy, can you get a couple of those guys going right away? So if we take a look at Heralds of Ariel, we're up to 18. Yes, we can. All right, so here's what we'll do. We will merge you 2. And we will merge you 2. And then we... Okay, that's kind of annoying. Alrighty, okay, I guess we'll delete you. And we'll immediately build 2 Blade Singers. Perfect. They're also twin blades, so they'll kind of function like the Rangers. Oh wow, the Rangers actually outstats them now. Isn't that cute? Anyway, you will want to upgrade that Merchant's Guild. No, none of that. And none of this. Yeah, none of that and none of this. This is way too costly in terms of elven trade for now. You will need to build defenses, and you will need to build... Let's actually go for the shipping office here. Why not? A little bit of extra trade income. I would like for our trade income to go over our building income. It's just not happening yet. You are going to go into expedited colony expansion. And you are going to build a ship's treasury, and... I mean, I guess we could start on the sails. It is still quite valuable and useful to have. Or we could wait and get more of these. Go for this. Oh, wow, it's gonna take 3? Do it anyway, I don't care. Do it. Alright, good. So, Armandus, you're gonna fight in a second, but I need to do 2 things before we do. First of all, I need to double-check Handmaidens again. And we got a medic one. Yes. We'll take the medic, because we have another medic here. 2 of them. Yeah. And I like the idea of having the 2 that are medics to be in Rodir the Brave's army with the other Sisters of Avalorn, and give them regeneration and all that. Alright, and these I take it are being globally recruited right now, which we need to do with some of the Star Dragons, but we can't yet. But it's okay. We've got lots of things to do after all. Alright, then let's check Nobles and the others. So Noble, we have Crushing, and we have another Resilient one. Great for an Eagle Rider, but I'm not sure where I would... Also, wait. Yeah, they're not gonna reach this. Oh, Valkia's back, and gonna go to... Oh, she's gonna probably take Kawark before we can get there, isn't she? Damn it. Alrighty, well, you... went to Ladriel's. Or Lilith's, rather. And then... Oh, I didn't move the Tech Thieves either. I'm gonna go this way. We'll take out the Hmong at the Glacial Gardens. We will, I guess Influencer can influence here one more time, and then so can the Tech Thief, and then so can this Tech Thief move this way. Oh, actually, you're going to have a long way to travel now. There's another Tech Thief here. You can go to Blood Mountain, because I admittedly care about the Influencers a lot less than I do about the Tech Thieves. Alright, let them move. Gotta move all the heroes anyway. And, oh, we want to check another one of the lore masters. Actually, wait. Saji, no, Exarian, are you... Yeah, you're able to upgrade, but you're not able to generate... Yeah, no. I was wondering if they could generate a lore master, but it looks like we need Aislinn to do that for us. We got another Blade Lord, and no. Alright, get this one, and we'll mill ya.
You seek illumination?
Yes, I do seek illumination, but I found it already. Shut up. Anyway, alright, Exarian, and move this in. There's a full stack here. Alright, so you go here, Saji. You guys travel together for 1 turn while you heal up.
Ridiculous.
They won't attack both of you. There's no way. And then you can take the time and opportunity to build a dragon ship tower, and as soon as you can, not the sail, but the growth thing instead. Gotta get these dragon ships growing. Mantressa, you are going to go into encamp and heal. Still gotta wait a little bit until we can get you your phoenixes, which will complete your army / concept, and the heroes that, you know, we're going over there. Zubaran. Steel tech from here. Other tech thief, you can go up here. Salandor, you're going to the Sentinels. And I fear you won't be able to sack it because you might not have enough room to do it, so just occupy it. And by occupied, I don't mean colony. And do one of these. Establish outpost and... Order of Lore Master. Establish outpost. Lovely. Oh, you would have. Nonetheless, you want to go into Lilat's Blessing anyway, and then proceed to the Chamber of Visions, or even go into Mist Dance. Now, you guys, you are willing to immediately peace out, so we don't necessarily have to kill this one army if we don't want to. We already have this. We're going to be taking some time to recruit. Yeah, you know what? We'll immediately peace out with them. We got what we wanted, and we can take Copper Landing.
Your will is done. For the Ever Queen.
Presumably. Alright, just in case, let's just not sack it out of resolve. Alberic, I think, has earned his he's earned his territory. He's taken a lot of them, and I would feel bad to deprive them of all of them. So now, peace out, and we can go immediately into a defensive alliance if we wanted to. Ain't no way you're gonna break your alliance with Heshuatla, are you? Where is this? Break military access pact with... No, you don't actually have any pacts with them, you're just friendly. Go figure. How do the other elves feel about you? They don't like the broken treaties with Eataine. Why, Alberic, why did you break a treaty with Eataine? What is wrong with you? Idiot. You're lucky I don't care to bother dealing with Lustria. So yeah, we are going to go for, I guess, defensive alliance. I don't really care about these guys' territories or anything like that, but whatever. 20,000 gold. You know what, I'm gonna let him keep it because he's got other factions potentially to fight. You know what, I'm not gonna do the defensive alliance for now. Just peace out with them and do the military access. You know what, no, just peace out. Leave him alone. Yeah, you know what, peace out. He'll go into military access and we can get a trade agreement going like that. There we go, that's more worth it. We can make a lot of money from you. Like so. And Itza will die, but that's, you know, they should have tried not dying. Anyway, it's an ally mission. We'll take Valkia, and Avalorn will take Valkia as well. Outposts real quick. Okay, the ones that we care about are Talzin, Arguelon, and Heralds. So we'll build you up. And actually, while we're at it, let's take a quick look at the possibilities of any other alliances. Vidrioth, I'm actually quite shocked that you're still alive. I would prefer a defensive alliance with you, but you're not super into it yet. I'm hoping that will change. Jade Court, you have some funky, you know, great moonbirds and some other stuff that potentially could be of use to us. Yeah, maybe we go for a defensive alliance with you. We're trading with them after all, and they are friendly with the Kislevites. That I don't really care about. I just want Heshuatla to kill them all. Anyway, let's do this.
A pleasure.
As long as they don't take the Great Turtle Isle, in which case we'll have to kill them. That's just how you elf sometimes, anyway. Or at all times. Who still needs to move? Aislinn, alright, so you were going to go down to deal with the... Oh! You guys retook... Oh, and then they retook Kuran. That's kind of funny. Let's move this way. We'll jump them with Mist Stance if we need to. And we didn't take Kuran for these guys, did we? Just to double check. We can still... Yeah, we still got the 10 outposts, so that's fine. So, Aislinn, and just sit there, buddy, and we don't need to dragon ship expansion any buildings. No, your buildings are now complete. Isn't that beautiful? Alright, who else needs to move? So, Rodir the Brave is fine for Tulios' recruiting. Oh, Tech Thief. Still alive, ain't you, Dekala? Every single time I look, I'm surprised. Elena, you are who again? Honed, yes, you're going to Mantressa and her Shadow Warriors. Lorna, you, with the Resilient, are going to probably join the Phoenix Guard. It depends. We don't really need one here because, I mean, it's only 4 units that we'd get Hawkish Precision on. We would, in that case, just be better off getting a 5th sister or 4th sister of Avalorn. The thing that I would, however, think Would be more useful as another lore master with the exhilarated trait for more 12 melee defense for the phoenixes, but there's no guarantee that we'll ever find one. So yeah, Theron, you're fine where you are, and an influencer, you are going to keep influencing, like so. There we go. Look at him. He thinks he's adding something to society. Anyway, as Spiteful Peak, so you're fine, right? Oh, right, yeah. I was waiting for the construction of the Noble's Consulate, so we won't do that yet. We will upgrade you guys. Conquata. I guess we want the Dragon Ship Berth here. Yeah, cover the Dragon Ship Berth or Coastal whatevers. And yeah, we can upgrade Eagle's Gate. It's a little bit more expensive than I'd like, but nonetheless. Alright, keep upgrading everything else while we're here. Like so, like so, like so, like... Wait, none of these are coastal, are they? Copper Landing, you're coastal. My bad. And then you're gonna do this. And kayaks, you were coastal as well, but I did build the coastal region thing there. Alright, also, did I build the causeways here? I went for the shipping office. Actually, you know what? I think in this place it should be a coastbound causeways instead. Aha, I'm glad I looked over there. And here we have the causeways, so we're fine. Alrighty. Spiteful... Okay, no, I clicked the wrong place. Ironfrost Glacier. Upgrade the defenses for you. Hopefully not to lose anything again. And then we got 2 more, and then we can end the turn after I check one last thing. And I'll do this. And then, are you a coast territory in the Sentinels? You are not, so you're fine as you are, ish. There we go. And we just need to stay ahead of this army, so hopefully we can. Actually, Armandus, maybe head out to sea then, since you're not needed to kill Roman the Guardian. And they are friendly with each other, so we can just ignore them. Alright, lovely. Anything else? We got the building, we did the Diplo, I think we're good. So skip. Really only there's recruitment. Your recruitment will be complete in 1 turn. You'll be ready to move to Grand Team Mengol. I did still want to try to get you to declare war upon the Ironclaw Works. 5.5, okay, it is, the chance is increasing. In fact, let us maybe do a little bit more of that. Intrigue at Court. Last Defenders, Ironclaw Works. Decrease relations 2 more times. There we go. Alright, that should do it. Expensive, but you know. Feel like we're using our influence for something. And we could also use it to destroy the relationship between these guys and the Daughters of the Forest if they win again. Oh! Ha, actually it looks like they're winning. I think Mazdamundi died. His main stack got destroyed. Damn. Alright. Well, good job to the Kislevites, I guess, on turn. Alright, oh, and I did want to build a couple of Hawk Riders for Arathon's army. Don't get me wrong, he does work nicely with the 8 units of Skycutters, but we gotta put some Hawk Riders in some army, right? Eltharion, you want us to join the war against the Barrow Legion? We probably will, like, next turn, but right now you could just maybe deal with something yourself. Maybe some elf somewhere can deal with something themselves. Not have Aislinn do all their work, I don't know. Maybe I'm the crazy one. Oh, we could also, once this turn ends, I didn't do any naming this episode, let's just throw a couple of in there. Barrow Legion destroyed. Ah, we didn't even need to move down there. Creature's Gift, immunity to contact effects for Phoenix Guard. Another, oh, Banner of Illyrian. I guess we could put that on the Illyrian Reavers if we wanted to, but then they'd outpace each other, which is kind of a problem. Dragon's Bond. I think that is the last one that we need out of this set. And then we'll just need to get all of these. So that the buildings don't impact it anymore. And then I believe these aren't impacted by buildings at all, unless I'm mistaken. Alright. And we'll end that lovely. Yeah, anyway. What are you doing? Please don't take Nagrar. No, there's no way. Our garrisons for these guys are too good. And hey, Valkia is back in force, although the Tech Thief, I think I'll want you to block this army. Success, good. Mostly I just don't want her to move down to Kawark before we do. The garrison at the Glacial Guard. Oh, 2 full stacks? Alright. I think, Arathon, that's a fight worthy of you, sir. So let's level you up and let's jump on in. What do we want to get here? We could start making you out to be a fighter now. Yeah, I think it's time. Trident Mastery gives us 8 melee attack. Yeah, it's not bad as well. Alright. Let's go for the Noble. You already have Sky Stewardship. Let's get your Foe Seeker, Replenish Troops maxed, and then Speed of Asurian. And then the Mist Mage. Do we have everything that we need here? We could get Lilith's Blessing. Well, you know, I do like to use both Flensing Har and Mathlann Spite, so it's maxed those out. Oh, I didn't see that. Oh, it's not. Okay, never mind. I thought Excellent Efficiency was unlocked for that Winds of Magic cost reduction, but it isn't. Anyway, the last battle against the Norskins of the Mung. Let's Steel Tech. Let's Influence. Like so. Lovely. And then we draw their garrison out. Actually, could I just attack with that? I guess it doesn't really matter. Alright, close victory and low casualties despite the fact that they have 2 stacks. They don't have any... Actually, they do have 1 Feral Manticore, 1 Tiny Air Force unit. And go.
No challenge has ever defeated members of Bel Shanar's order. This one won't either.
Alrighty, here we go. Our noble at last has his eagle mount, which is particularly good as now we can separate our eagle force into 2 distinct units, either Arathond or his noble, leading each individual one. And I like to use manticores and eagles in vanilla in groups of 3. Well, at least manticores in the same thing as actually an SFO as well, because unlike the eagles there, they stay in 1 unit per. But anyway, my point is in vanilla, we use these guys like the manticores with groups of 3, as 5 was obviously a little bit too much. Or maybe not for something like dealing with Valkia or dealing with Malekith or anything like that, but certainly for our other purposes. Anyway, the enemy lord, which is outside the settlement, will get torn to shreds by the eagles. Oh, look at them walk around. Alrighty, and we've got 2 Norscan stacks moving in as reinforcements. Time to position our piles of Lothern Skycutters and get ready to lay down the withering bolt and arrow fire upon the enemy as they move on in. And that is a lot of enemies. And we're going to have to wait a little bit for them to sort of separate, and then we'll move the eagles in maybe to absorb some damage, distract them, etc., etc. But there's plenty of pin cushioning to do here. We will start off with attacking the enemy lord with our arrow skycutters while the others switch to multi-shot. And hopefully don't do too much damage to our own units, but try to knock out whatever targets they can at first and then later to switch to the anti-air. That's a big old blobby pile of Norskins. I do like to see that the Norscan factions do seem to be building these Kurgan war horses, or Kurgan horsemen with great weapons. It's a lot of armor-piercing damage on them for a relatively cheap unit. And certainly a solid addition to the Norscan ranks. Alrighty, but we've also, there's some solid subtraction from the Norscan ranks happening as these Skycutters continue to drop multi-shot Eagle Claw bolts into them. And it's working quite well at this point in time. We're also trying to kill off the enemy lord, or make sure that while he is rallied, he doesn't come back. And if he tries, we will try to catch him with the eagles, which are moving in behind the enemy formation. Now we can see that the HP is dropping of a fair few units, and in fact a few of them are even routing at this point. Probably try to use Mathlann Spite on you to slow you down rather than, yeah, I think he's too close to the edge of the map. Or is he? Wait a second, come on. I don't know why I didn't bother Mathlann Spiting him. Considering the MS Mage is right there. There we go, a little bit too late maybe, or... Hey, we drop him right at the edge of the map. Beautiful, the enemy lord is out. The bolts continue to fly, though it looks like we will have to retarget at least some of them soon at the enemy marauder horsemen with javelins, as they'll continue chucking those javelins at us. It does seem like the best practice, sort of, for the bolt thrower units of Skycutters is to keep them as close to max distance as possible. They do sort of... they function a little bit like a shotgun, whereas the further the ballista bolts travel, the more they spread apart. And against blobs of infantry, just like something like a rocket battery, that is significantly more effective than the whole shotgun blast thing that they can do up close. Though I do wonder if it might be more effective against cavalry if it's in shotgun mode. Either way, just something to keep in mind if you're using a lot of bolt throwers, sky cutters. Otherwise, I was thinking that, well, we could deploy the Silverin Guard all the way back here up on this hill, and I was assuming that since the enemy couldn't really do anything about the piles of flyers, that they would immediately try to mob our pile of Silverin Guard, which they did not, surprisingly, so whatever. I got annoyed by that, so we are now starting to slowly but surely march the Silverin Guard over, while the Eagles have touched down in the blob of Norscans below. I'm going to summon a unit of Oceanids as well, because, I mean, I guess we're fighting like this now, since the enemy didn't want to go towards our line of spears. You gotta do what you gotta do. On the bright side, we can absorb a lot of damage on the Eagles and can keep them healed over time, and this will allow us to sort of switch our targets, not to the blob here, because I don't like taking advantage of the enemy blobbing up, but instead target all of the range units, while the melee are busy with our own melee. I do like the Mist Mage, that the Mist Mage with the Sky Cutter is still, I mean, it's obviously basically a permanently flying unit. I mean, it isn't for gameplay purposes, or is it? I mean, it's on the ground, but it is still flying. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like a Thunder Barge or a Sky Lantern or something, so it is on the ground below, but it is still hovering over the units above. It looks cool is what I'm getting at. It's just a really long-winded way of saying it. Anyway, still moving towards the enemy with our infantry. Ah, good lord, but maybe distracting them like this was the wrong move, but at the end of the day, it is working. And though I do note that the Eagles are being mobbed by so many units that they're kind of having a difficult time actually attacking the enemy, so we're going to back them up. They're either getting staggered or there's just so many units in there that they kind of, you know, get in each other's way. Units have a difficult time hitting things at some times like that. Anyway, still moving. Why are you guys so dang slow? Oh, they're in slow moving speed now? Sometimes it kind of auto switches to walk rather than a run, which is a bit of an annoyance. Anyway, we continue backing the Eagles off while we continue also firing upon the Marauder horses. The balance of power has all this time been rising in our favor for obvious reasons, with the enemy melee and range units alike hovering around half HP. While a few of our Eagles are hurt, they're not so hurt that it is going to be a big issue. And we do have enough mass on the Eagles and not enough sort of monstrous units in the enemy blobs that we're particularly concerned about them being trapped and killed, since we can simply use the Eagles' mass to push through the blobs of Norscans. All the while, there we go at last. Oh wow, look at those Silverin Guard go flying down the hill. Nice charge from those Kurgan horses, and I'm sure that's a decent amount of armor piercing, but with 74 melee defense, they're still going to have a difficult time dealing too much damage to the Silverin Guard. Alrighty, there we go. I don't think that hand of yours is going to protect all that much. Yeah, alrighty. And there we go, and finally, a little bit of action for the spears. And it's a little bit of spear-on-spear action, at least with the Norscan spearmen. And of course, the Chaos Warriors are moving in as well. But all of them here should be held by the Silverin Guard just fine. Time to move the rest of our units into support, perhaps to join the ranks of the Silverin Guard with the Eagles, and of course the Sky Cutters to shoot the enemy in the back. And we're gonna just keep dropping those Ladriel's Shrouds to keep healing our units. I like sort of most lores that have a healing aspect to them, whether it be the Lore of Life with the Regrowth and Earthblood, or the High Magic and the and Apotheosis. The best part of the lore is always going to be the heal. And that's Ladriel's Shroud for us. And oh wow, Lothran Sky Cutters with bolt throws. Whoa, whoa, guys, what the heck is that? The betrayal. Witness the betrayal of the Silverin Guard. These guys, what is this accuracy? They're not even hitting the enemy, they're only hitting our Silverin Guard. Good lord, okay, well, that's why you gotta be careful with the bolt thrower variant, because they're idiots, and they will kill 10 times as many elves as they do Norscans. Of course, until the Norskins engaged the Silvering Guard, that was fine. But yeah, definitely got to keep careful eye and babysit these Sky Cutters with bolt throwers. At least the ones with the arrows can more or less more accurately target things. How much damage did we do to our own units here? Yeah, a lot. Like half HP on a bunch of our Silvering Guard. They will recover because they didn't lose too many models there, but anyway. With that, the enemy army breaks and the battle is ours. The Eagles do remain somewhat damaged and the Silvering Guard unnecessarily damaged, but it was a good fight against those two stacks of Hmong. Weird fight though it was in many ways. Alright, there we go. Bit of a weird fight, I will admit. I really thought that the enemy would attempt to go for the Silvering Guard, but they just kind of decided not to. On the bright side, Bombardment and the other units of Elothern Skycutters with bolt throwers did fantastic, covering between 21 and 29k damage, with 15, 16, 12 to 16k on the ones with the archers, though their damage Lotus Gold value was still quite nice, especially one of them. Actually, a couple of them, because they were going after the single entities more than the blobs of units with those bolts. Quite nicely. Do we replace two of them with the Hawk Riders? Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. For the Eagles, they were mostly absorbing hits and couldn't really quite do what they wanted to, though the sort of nature of the fight, by virtue of them not fighting with the Silvering Guard, kind of forced them into it. Again, I really thought that most of the enemy armies would peel away to fight the blob. It's why we circled up with the Silvering Guard, but all good. Next time we won't fight in quite the same manner. Anyway, we'll, I don't know, ransom the captives, because it doesn't really matter. Hey, wait, was that the Banner of Illyrian from last time, or did we get a second one? If we could get a bunch of banners of Illyrian for the Illyrian Reavers, that would actually be quite nice. Anyway, you are going to now take the Glacial Gardens, like so, and we will establish outpost for Eataine. I was going to say, should we sack it, but whatever, all good. Just establish outpost for Eataine. Yes. And the Hmong are destroyed. Lovely. Is Valkia close enough to attack us? No, no way. We can go into an camp stance. We'll go here, heal up to full, and then face down Valkia one last time. And be a fair bit stronger by the time that we get there. Though that said, we're going to have to do that next time, as we're out of time, and I'm going to call the episode here. Next time we destroy Valkia, keep moving through Malice's territory, though there's a decent likelihood. Then we destroy him as well. We will have to send Aislinn down somewhere. We do technically have to destroy the Pirates of Sartosa as one of our victory conditions. So there is that option, though we were going to send this army up there, which is now done with the recruiting and is just missing a noble of the appropriate type. I could just get you the crushing one. What's the charge bonus on the Thilmar chariots already? 75. How about the charge bonus on... I'm just wondering who could use it more. And these guys have 108 charge bonus, eh? I will continue thinking about it, or maybe I'll finish thinking about it between the episodes anyway. You, for Tulios, are done recruiting, so you're going northward. And, oh wow, you are going to take a long time to get there. Huh. Maybe we send you after Kugath instead. Having a Mereworm face off against a Toad Dragon might be interesting. I just figured that Artheus the Vengeful is actually closer to the place. Admittedly, there are rats here, which he could fight, but they're pretty much broken anyway, so I don't really expect them to put up much of a fight. Let's say it's only minor settlements. Yeah, you know what, I think we're going to send you that way. Also, you will go for the Grand Treasury rather than the Ordnance Cache, which we normally do, but this army doesn't have any ranged attacks, and therefore would get no benefit from it. Anyway, like I said, we are then going to send you down to fight Kugath, so you're gonna Southlands fast travel and then immediately go up here to grab a colony at Dragonfang Mount. And then, I don't know, give somebody that isn't Imric, I guess, the Poxmaker's territory. We also gotta fight the cash battle I mean, I was thinking of saving it for the last battle of the campaign, which it kind of is, but at the same time, it might be... wait, do we have this now? Okay, one more turn. It might be fun to fight it before, because this only time will tell what is to be gained from victory, and I don't know what it is, and I might want to just do it just to see if it's something interesting. Anyway, more Aislinn to come, so stay tuned. Don't forget to leave those likes and comments below. All glory to the algorithm, and thanks for watching.
These sands